I'm standing on the grounds of what used to be a golf course in the city of Conroe. This is the neighborhood of Wedgewood Forest. I'm going to show you what the neighborhood's all about, as well as give you my pros and cons list of living here. Stay tuned. What's up, everyone? It's Jeff with Jeff West Properties, your host for the Conroe Living Channel, where we identify and celebrate everything that makes Conroe, Texas, one of the fastest growing cities in America. A short drive down Highway 105 in Conroe brings you to the neighborhood of Wedgewood Forest. Though it's right off of a busy highway, sitting almost 300 feet above it makes it feel a million miles away from all the hustle and bustle. By the way, does it have to be hustle and bustle? Can you not just say it feels a million miles away from all the bustle? Seems like it would be a much more efficient use of words, although me saying all this out loud kind of defeats that purpose. Anyway, the community is in the middle of the Piney Woods region of Texas. The 111-acre neighborhood is bordered by forest on three sides, with many of the homes having no back neighbors, except for maybe an eagle or possibly some other woodland creatures. Aside from the forest and terrain, the houses themselves add to the beauty of the community. The developer Land Tejas worked with three different builders in the community: Kalina, DH, and LGI Homes. Homes sit on 55 and 65 foot width lots, with some that sit on almost half an acre. They range from 1,400 square foot 3 bedrooms all the way up to 3,000 square foot 5 bedrooms, with prices ranging from the high twos to right around $450,000. The heart of the community is the Wedgewood Cove Fish Camp, which is a rustic barn, serves as a meeting spot for neighbors. It's attached to a man-made lake where you can fish either from the shore or from the 22-foot floating dock that's attached. Across the street you'll find Butterfly Park and Turtle Creek, which winds aside from a tennis court, playground, and a scenic bluff where you can take in sights of the city below. Walking trails wind throughout the community, as well as a 1,000-foot track that surrounds the lake. When totally completed, Wedgewood Forest will have about 280 homes. All right, we are back in the Conroe Living Studio, and if you're doing research on finding your next home, I want to give you a little more information on Wedgewood Forest, both the pros and the cons. On the pro side, Wedgewood Forest is zoned Conroe ISD, which was ranked number 2 in the state of Texas for both education and financial performance. Many students from Conroe ISD have gone on to have distinguished careers. Students like me, also Annette Gordon-Reed, who won the Pulitzer Prize and is a Harvard professor, but mostly me. Hey, speaking of Annette Gordon-Reed, Wedgewood Forest is zoned to Gordon-Reed Elementary School, as well as Pete Junior High and Conroe High School. On the con side, and I'm just going to alternate between pro and con, there's no community pool. Wedgewood Forest has a lot of nice amenities, but for some reason they chose to leave out a community pool. So if you want to go swimming, I guess you could jump in the lake. Back on the pro side, it's a really convenient location. At Wedgewood Forest, you're only about 5 miles from Lake Conroe. You're about 7 miles from Interstate 45, so if you're commuting to Houston, it's not that bad. If you're commuting to the Woodlands, it's even better. And 20 minutes down the road in the Woodlands, you've also got world-class shopping, world-class dining, things like that. For local shopping, you also have an H-E-B right down the street.
Well, that's convenient.
Now, when I say you're only 5 minutes away from the lake and 7 minutes away from the freeway, you got to take that with a little grain of salt, because on the con side, the Highway 105 traffic can be brutal. Highway 105 runs west into Montgomery, and that area is exploding right now. So between all of the congestion of the people who live out there and the road construction to try to accommodate that future growth, it can be really bad. Another pro is the terrain. Wedgewood Forest has beautiful rolling hills and high elevation. It sits several hundred feet above Highway 105 at its highest point. It has beautiful views around the city. Even though you've got this amazing scenery, on the con side, there are no luxury homes in Wedgewood Forest. Unlike several other master plan communities that are going in the Conroe area, where you have $1 million homes, Wedgewood Forest caps out at about $500,000. So you can have a beautiful home on rolling hills, just don't expect Beverly Hills.
Well, doggy.
On the other hand, depending on your situation, that could be a pro, because Wedgewood Forest is a very affordable community. You've got brand new homes that don't go over $500,000. They start in the low twos, and it is a great value for the scenery and being able to have a new construction home. Now, when I say affordable, you kind of have to put an asterisk next to that, because this is a new community, and on the con side, the property taxes are high. Property taxes in Wedgewood Forest currently sit at 2.77%, which is quite a bit more than the lowest you're going to find in Conroe at 1.76%. If you don't know why, what is typical with new communities is when there's a new community, there needs to be new infrastructure, and that's typically paid for by a bond through the state of Texas, which gets paid back by the property taxes in that area.
Can you repeat the part of this stuff where you said all about the things?
Now, even though 2.77% is fairly high, it's not nearly as high as the highest you're going to get in Conroe, which is 3.7%. So it's still a relative value to get into a brand new home.
Better get it down there while I can still afford it.
All right, I'm going to give you a bonus pro. Wedgewood Forest is right across the street from Vernon's Country Catfish, where you'll find some of the best fried catfish and chicken fried steak you've ever had in your life. It's so good, in fact, that it made one of my top 5 restaurants in Conroe. You can check out the video here. So having said all that, is Wedgewood Forest right for you? If you have any questions about this community or any other community in Montgomery County,
well, you'll have to call the realtor.
Pick up the phone, send me a text, call, email. I'd be happy to talk to you. I'm a realtor and a relocation specialist who's helped people from all over America find their home in Montgomery County and the greater Houston area. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Conroe Living Channel, where you can find out everything you need to know about one of the fastest growing cities in America. If you want to know more about the communities, check out this playlist.